for personal sales. She has made 24 appearances in unit circles and 7 times in the $500,000 Circle of Achievement, and qualified for 4 sales top director trips, including 2 of the very prestigious trips. She has been in the top 10 of her seminar 3 times and is a runner-up to the Queen of Unit Sales twice. Her highest monthly check was $14,000, or over $14,000, and she has received the highest honor in Mary Kay of all when she was named the annual Miss Go Give in 1996. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for my daughter, independent, future executive, senior sales director, Brenda Fenner.
In my story, I would say one woman can show others freedom, flexibility, independence beyond their wildest imagination. I'm extremely grateful to my mom, but I must confess, I wasn't as smart as my own daughter when I was a teenager, so I didn't use all the wonderful products that I had at my disposal. In fact, I tried everything that didn't work before going to a dermatologist. Finally, I tried Mary Kay, and as my skin was clearing up, my friends were asking what I had done. So at that same time, I was putting together a college plan, and I feel a little bit guilty saying this, but my mom did share Mary Kay's opportunity with me, and I had this brilliant light bulb moment. If I sold one mascara, I could buy a pitcher of beer. I was only 18, okay? So I did not tell my mom my brilliant plans, but I jumped right in. I didn't analyze anything. My mom said, don't let all your friends come to that first class. And so I talked each one of them into having a party, and she said, make it worth their while. Well, I could tell you I made lots of mistakes that first week when I was doing my first 5 parties, but after that I was off and running. I had the same amount of postponements that you do, and we all still do, but I loved meeting all the girls, all the women. I loved seeing their faces light up. I just loved so much about it. Of course, I like the profits too. So, just a little secret, you probably figured out that when you are sharing this product and sharing this opportunity, you're happy, you're excited, you love being a consultant and a director. I learned really quick to stay away from complainers. They were not working. I choose to look for the positive, and guess what I find? As a single woman in my 20s, I enjoyed life to its fullest. Thanks to the flexibility, I loved to travel. That's what I discovered anyway. And I went so many places, way more than the standard 2 weeks off that you get from other jobs. I discovered an independence and a confidence that helped me make really good choices and really good friends. I also got to buy a 3-bedroom condo in Kansas City and redecorate it before I moved in. I had a shiny red boat to go behind the first car that I earned from Mary Kay. And I also had Chiefs season tickets. I mean, the football game was where the party was, so I had to have those. As my husband would say, I was living the dream. Unknowing people might say that I lived in a bubble. And I liked my Mary Kay pink bubble. But, you know, I was willing to book and hold skincare classes, and I have never had to have another job. Okay? That's for you all. That's for you all to remember. That's so important. We all have that freedom. Miracles happen, and God blesses your efforts when you give more energy to your dreams and what you can do for others instead of your fears and your distractions. The year I turned 30, we were doing our annual goal posters, and that year I decided that if I met the right man, I might be ready to settle down. And so on my goal poster in that section, I put all these specifics because it was kind of a tough shoe to fill. And I must say, I'm really thankful that I didn't need to marry the first guy that asked. Just saying. So anyway, I put everything on my goal poster, and 4 months later, I met my knight in shining armor, Brenda Fenner. So thankful we know about goal posters. 2 months later was our unit's first year to do $500,000 club. The first home Mark and I bought together became a reality thanks to our next goal poster. So we don't have time for that story, but let me just say that our next chapter was starting, and I had a whole new appreciation for freedom and flexibility because now I was Mark's wife and soon to be Caitlin and Kyle's mom. When our children were 1 and 3, Mark's career moved us here to Dallas. Thank goodness we don't have territories. Now that they are 15 and 17, I just want to say that I realize now how important it's been for me as a mom to be relaxed, flexible, confident, available, positive, and independent. It's much easier to be fun when you are in an exciting business of your own and the job you have is not draining you. So my kids have gone everywhere in a pink Cadillac. We drive it proudly to the lake, to baseball, to basketball, to Bible study, to wakeboarding tournaments. Most recently, a mud run. Yeah, I didn't do it, my beautiful daughter did it. 1 year, D Magazine was doing a story about the iconic pink Cadillac. And so they wanted to go with somebody who was picking up a new pink Cadillac. So they went with our unit, and my children were there, they were young, and the photographer, the writer rode with us to go to the photographers. Well, the kids got hungry, and so as a prepared mom, I pulled out their peanut butter and jelly, and you should have seen the guy's face when I fed my children peanut butter and jelly in the brand new Cadillac. But you know, a little sticky's way better than grouchy kids, and I have never sweated the small stuff. You got to remember that life with a Mary Kay mom has plenty of perks. So, you know, just whatever it takes. When Kyle was 9 or 10 years old, he was a part of a select baseball team, and his coach sat all the children down, all the boys on the team. And I mean, he talked to them for a long time. He told them how he expected them to act when they lost, and how he expected them to act when they won, and that they were not only representing their team, but also the city of Flower Mound and the state of Texas, and all their parents who had afforded them the option to do these traveling, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was kind of strong, I thought. So we got in the car, and I said, "Hun, what'd you think of all that?" And he just looks at me and he goes, "That's no big deal. That's kind of like when someone pulls out in front of you, but you want to do something, like Dad would do, but you don't, because you're in a pink Cadillac." Sometimes what's caught is way more important than what's taught. Last year, just 4 days after leaving seminar, Caitlin was competing in a national wakeboarding contest in Ohio. Now, Caitlin and I have traveled the United States, road trips, we've flown. I mean, we have a blast doing this, so it's no big thing except for the end of our seminar year, because last year was our best year ever until this year. And so, due to the excitement, I forgot to book airline tickets. Does anyone know how far it is to drive from Dallas to Ohio? Yes. But Caitlin was committed, something we teach in our family, and so I just said, "Okay, let me get my work done, and we'll go." The plan was, why take time to get ready, or like somebody said, get up, get cute. I didn't do the get cute part, because I just figured we'd get in the car, drive as fast as we could with our sunglasses on until it got dark and we were tired, we'd get in a hotel. However, we got almost to Memphis and we stopped in the middle of nowhere because we couldn't wait any longer. And I was putting gas in, and Caitlin ran into the restroom. In Mary Kay, ... I'm thinking, okay, and she knew that I wouldn't be proud of how I looked, okay? I apologize, Mary Kay. So I waited as long as I could, and I never could see anybody coming in and out, and so I just went in, and I'm sneaking through the aisles of the convention center. I mean, not the convention center, the convenience store. So I'm like sneaking through, literally like trying to hide, like this. And I get to the bathroom, I kind of listen, I don't hear anybody, so I go in and whoo, they're not there. So I do my thing, I come running out, and here's this Equinox pulled right beside the pink Cadillac with 4 women. Oh my goodness, okay, so sometimes we learn lessons the hard way, but the neatest thing was, where else do a mother-daughter team jump in the car without anybody saying, "Oh no, you can't go, your boss won't let you off," and head out so that I could support her? We ran into these women. They had just left their Mary Kay seminar. They were driving 24 hours straight back to Maine that night. You know, positive people have this instant connection with each other. We stood out in that hot parking lot for over an hour with mosquitoes, just talking and talking. So anyway, we entertain ourselves with pink Cadillac stories as we go every places, and the friends that we've met. So let me just tell you, 2 weeks later, we went to Wisconsin for her world tournament, and yay, Wisconsin! And we did book tickets. In fact, we took her friend, and we took my son, and we made it a whole Chicago sightseeing trip. So anyway, I think that freedom and that flexibility is just something I would not trade for the world. If you work this business, you will have freedom and security. For those of you who might not realize, maybe you're new, and you just don't realize that Mary Kay's really like your extended family. And I love these women, the Sunshine Express unit and our whole future area. They have ideas when I'm out. They cheer each other on, even if they have never met in person. And this year was tough on my family, and yet the Sunshine Express was always there refueling me. The thought of them achieving their dream lifestyle gives me energy because I want everything possible for them, not just monetarily, but I want them to hang out with great people like I get to, the kind of people that don't settle for less than what they deserve, women who have a passion. This year I've been extremely blessed because Mark started his own business, and so he's got to travel not only on more snowboarding trips, but also back to Kansas with the family. And in January, my stepdad of 35 years went to be with the Lord. And many of you here know him. He was very special. And I just must say that we really appreciated all the Mary Kay family who attended his service. Many national sales directors had to rearrange their flights to LA for leadership to be at his funeral. We had company people there. I mean, we felt the love. In fact, we've continued to feel the love as we've gotten the cards that have poured in the mail. And I want to just say, when my mom went to spread his ashes, the people with her were people she met on a top director trip years ago. And they have been friends ever since. Likewise, Mark and I have made incredible friends through Mary Kay on our top director trips and that we've been privileged to take, and we're so thankful for that. Who would have known that a girl who started for a little beer money would now be planning excursions to Beijing and Shanghai with people that we met in France and Hawaii and Monte Carlo. So, the best part is that kind of life is available for all of you. It doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter what shape you are, it doesn't matter whether you have a GED or an MD after your name. You don't know what the future holds. Choose to make great decisions every single day. I'm going to close with a story that I heard from Pat Fortenberry. And my son and my husband love to play golf together. And Pat told us a story about Jack Nicklaus, that, he's a fabulous golfer, right? So the king of Saudi Arabia invited him to play golf. He would send his private jet. He went for a week. He stayed in luxurious, accommodations. He ate the finest foods and the most magnificent golf courses all week long. But at the end of the week, the king insisted on giving him a gift. And he thought, a gift on top of all this? But the king insisted, so Jack thought, it would be really great to have one of his golf clubs. Like one of his sticks. And so that's what he said. Well, that'd be okay. I'd love to have a golf club. And then nothing more was said. Jack flew back to the United States on the king's private plane. And about a month later, somebody knocked at the door. It was a postman. It was certified mail. And he opened it. And here's the deed to a golf club. A country club. The whole shebang. Not a stick. Okay? Sometimes we don't even know what's in store for us. Sometimes we think too small. And the Lord has an abundant life plan for us. And we've been put in a perfect company to make all of our dreams come true. Thank you so much.